This is why I love talking to you, because as you're talking, I'm seeing and understanding things and realizing, oh, wow, that's what that was about. And that's what that was about. Right. And this is why God is showing me this or showing me that. It's so interesting because one of the things that I saw as you were describing that global government is the distance between us and our so-called elected leaders, right? But of course, the global leaders, they're not elected. They won't be elected. Who elected Klaus Schwab, right? Who elected the World Economic Forum? Who elected the WHO? None of us. And isn't it exactly like it is today when you are having some kind of issue online and you try to find a human being, you try to find somebody that you can deal with, and instead it just goes into the ether, right? It's exactly like that. And then you start to see, well, of course they want you to not have elections and to lose faith in your elections because they're not going to ever be elected. And they want us to dispense with even the desire or the demand for elections and elected officials. Because, as you said, all of these things take away our power. They make us more and more and more powerless. And they give them more and more control over us. And so what this one insider that I spoke to said about how all these things tie together is really fascinating, because he's not speaking from an anecdotal perspective or a secondhand perspective. He's speaking from the point of view of having been in these meetings behind closed doors, some of them taking two high-level security clearances to get behind. And he's talking about what he saw and heard with his own eyes and ears. So whereas some people say, oh, the Georgia Guidestones and keeping the population down and so on is all a made-up conspiracy theory. No, he was actually in the meeting where one guy stands up and says, we need to get the herd down just to 75% of what the population is right now in order to affect these policies, on climate and all the rest of it. And he's thinking, this guy's a lunatic and he cannot believe his ears. And so another guy stands up and says, no, wait a minute. That's not right. And he's thinking, oh, finally, someone's going to speak some reason here. And what does the guy who stand up say? No, the herd needs to be reduced by 90% of what it is now.